So why is this important, John? Everyone, like, why is understanding yourself important for growth? This line of like self-reflecting, of really getting to know yourself, of pointing these things out, bringing these feelings to light, it's going to help you build your self-awareness. And that helps you navigate others and navigate difficult situations, difficult people, without projecting these triggers, without making a situation about you, but still seeing how it's reflective of you. So you're still able to be present in that situation without damaging the relationships that you have, including the one with yourself, by how you talk to yourself during these conflicts. So all of a sudden, John, you're embracing this role of being an observer. You're no longer seeing yourself as like the center of the problem, needing to fix it. You're seeing yourself as this observer who now can see potential opportunities and solutions because you've taken a step back.
I'd like to take 2 steps back, maybe 5.
Take 5, get out of the arena, go up, grab binoculars, whatever is going to help you, right? Whatever is going to help you get into this mindset or help you nurture this mindset. And that's like another lecture we could do about that. But so this last piece of it, and which I think is an important part to a lot of you, mentioned that there, and understanding others. So you're not always going to be around people that you know or that you know anything about when it comes to a conflict. They might be 2 employees that you've just met, to someone that you've just had an exchange with, or a lifelong friend or a partner. And even if you do know them, I think at this point you've realized that there's a lot more to yourself and that there's a lot more to people. So if you picture this iceberg, what someone in a conflict, in any kind of conversation, to be honest with you, what they present to others are their positions. So the positions are what we see first and what we express first. The positions are what people want, and they're often revealed as 3 things, so 3 buckets. They're often in either accusation bucket, so like, you never include me in your decisions. They are either in the demands bucket, so if you've had a boss or if you have kids, they're the demands piece. Give me this, do that. Or they fall in the judgment piece. You're a liar. You didn't do that. So those are the 3 buckets that what you first express or what you hear from someone else usually falls in. So focusing on the positions piece, if you're just thinking about what a person first says to you, you're going to miss a whole lot of iceberg and you're going to end up like the Titanic. Your conversation is going to sink. So why is that? Positions are really difficult to disprove because you have no idea what's behind them yet. You don't quite yet understand the person and why what they're expressing to you is so important to them. Sometimes we don't even know why we're expressing or what we want is important to us. We want that new pair of shoes, but the reason behind it is because we're feeling like we're not doing a great job at work. How the heck is the person selling you the shoes supposed to know that? So getting beneath the tip of that iceberg into your interests, which are underneath the surface, and needs, which are way below, it's that water that's surrounding all of it. These interests and needs are what should be focused on in order to truly resolve a conflict. So what are interests? Interests are your wants. They're that like gushy stuff beneath, that gushy stuff underneath the exterior. It's what you can't see underneath the tip of the iceberg. So if you're I'm so sorry. Okay. So with these positions and what's floating, what these positions are floating in are these needs. So if we're sticking with the accusation of, you never include me in your decisions, the actual interest behind that is, I want to feel seen and heard. I'm sure a lot of you have felt this way or have said it out loud or heard it yourself. So the reason why this resonates so much is because in these interests, that's where you're going to find common ground. And diving even deeper, that person that says, you don't include me in your decisions, they not only want to feel seen and heard, but their need is for community. Their need is for connection. Their need is for engagement and acceptance. And those are really powerful needs. And those are the building blocks of feeling safe enough to express yourself. And it's a building block for you to feel safe enough to accept what someone else is saying to you. So we usually only hit the tip of the conflict. And there's so much underneath there that you have to understand about yourself and the other person, so that instead of deflecting and projecting, you can reflect and resolve. So everything that we learned today, that listening, the identifying parts of identifying exactly what the conflict is about, expressing your own needs and wants, focusing on the issue without generalizing statements or, assuming things about the other person, and viewing conflict as an opportunity for growth. All of this actually are the building blocks to conflict resolution skills. So that quote about conflict first being mindset and then skill set, this is where it comes in. So everything that we learned today goes into that. So the last couple of minutes, I just kind of want to know, how are you all feeling about conflict now? Do you feel like you can approach a future conflict in a little bit of a different way? And do you think that conflict is worth, taking a deeper look at? You can shout it out, write it in. And you don't have to answer this now. It's something I like to end with my clients is what's one small way that you can implement a piece of what we talked about today into your tomorrow? So what's one thing that someone might take away with them that they could use, even after this call, even in just communicating with their children? Rewording direct statements to work together on the conflict. Yeah, approaching it with collaboration instead of a right or wrong. That's a really big game changer. And I've noticed that in my personal relationship, it's you and me versus the problem instead of you versus me. So that mindset shift is really huge. The questions that you discuss and wording them better. Yeah, words matter. Words matter a lot. And I think being thoughtful enough, taking the time and just, asking something in a way that's really going to give you what you think is going to help move forward, not just what you want to hear. Yeah. And I just want to, say thank you to everyone for coming today and sharing this information and this perspective with you. I hope it was a great introduction into how, conflict, people, and yourself, all deserve a deeper look. And I kind of want to leave with this quote, and a friend of mine suggested I tell you to hang it up in your homes for your kids, but just a reminder that the quality of your life doesn't depend on whether or not you have these conflicts, but how you respond to them. Because we are not the sum of our outcomes, we are the sum of our efforts. So just try a little bit each day to understand yourself better and others better. Thank you, guys.